are on a roll. Winners of 6 straight. They've responded to their challenges with determination and passion. Tonight, a new challenge awaits. The Toronto Raptors, led by All-Star big man Chris Bosh, have the talent and firepower to take it to another level. Raptors Lakers starts now. Live from downtown Los Angeles, Fox Sports West proudly presents Lakers basketball. As tonight is the end of a long run and a very productive one for the Lakers. They hit the road tomorrow for a 3-city stop back east. But tonight, first of all, it's the Toronto Raptors. Hi, everybody. Joel Myers alongside Stu Lance, and welcome once again to Lakers basketball at Staples Center as the Lakers look for their 7th consecutive victory. Sluggish start on Friday night, to say the least, for the Lakers, and especially at the defensive end. 57 points allowed in the first half to the Dallas Mavericks, but it was fortunate for the Lakers. The best player on the planet picked it up for them in a big way, Kobe Bryant.
Well, he wasn't alone, but he really picked it up in the second half. You mentioned the first half they weren't very good, which they weren't defensively. They picked it up a little bit in the second half, led primarily by the play of Kobe. He had 23 points after intermission for his total of 35, but you can see in the first half he struggled from the field 4 out of 12. That's why I never worry about that guy. He might struggle for a half, but when it counts, he's going to get the job done. And he came out and he got the job done in the third and fourth quarters. He's so talented. He can do so many different things. That's why you don't get too concerned when his perimeter game may be suffering just a bit. But you know what? I talked about a lot of other guys. One of those others was Trevor Ariza. I mean, he comes out, you don't have to call plays for him, but he seems to make things happen offensively, and he does it primarily because of his defensive intensity, which sparks the team, gets them going on that end, and it translates to the other end.
Well, the Toronto Raptors might come in only a game over the 500 mark, but playing at a very high level and might be playing the best basketball of his young career, Chris Bosh. In fact, 4 of the last 6, he's been over 30 points.
You know, and it's funny to say that a player as talented as Chris Bosh has picked up more confidence, but I think he has, especially with his summer winning the gold medal for the USA, has really given him a lot of confidence, and he's playing really well right now. He's got that feathery touch from the perimeter, can post, can take you off the dribble. He's got so many different ways that he can hurt you. So the Lakers defense better be ready from the tip tonight.
And I guess you could say the same could be said for the Toronto Raptors whenever they face Kobe Bryant at Staples Center. More on that when we come back. The Raptors and the Lakers on Fox Sports West in just a moment. Ball brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealer. See what's new at sc4dealers.com. By the Big Country Breakfast Burrito only at Carl's Jr. Breakfast as big as our burgers. By the Southern California Mercedes-Benz dealers. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Beautiful night in Southern California. Unfortunately, got to get out of town. Lakers leave tomorrow to Indiana. Bring your top coat. Indiana, followed by Philadelphia and our nation's capital. Well, I don't have a feeling it's all going to be in the 30s and 20s. Starting 5, same 5 for the Lakers. As Andrew Bynum, coming off a season-high 36 minutes, you know, it meant a lot to his teammates. He made a statement to himself that he played through the pain. As Kobe Bryant said, a badge of honor with the way he performed in a season-high 36 minutes. And Phil Jackson, well, before they hit the road, he knows they have to improve defensively. Now 8th in the NBA in points allowed at 94 a contest. And Jermaine O'Neal, Billy McDonald was just talking about it. Jermaine O'Neal is a late scratch for the Toronto Raptors with an ankle injury. So Chris Bosh, joined by Jamario Moon, Bargnani, Parker, and Calderon, who leads the NBA in assists at 9, almost 10 per game. Hard to believe it's 4 years as the head coach. Sam Mitchell of the Toronto Raptors. A couple of years ago, the NBA's Coach of the Year. We check in downstairs with Patrick O'Neill. Patrick?
You know, the Lakers don't need Kobe to score 40 points to win anymore. He only had 12 against Jersey. That was a blowout. He responded with 35 against Dallas. He needs 38 points tonight to become the youngest player in NBA history to reach 22,000 points, topping Wilt Chamberlain by 1 day. Kobe is 30 years, 99 days old. Does Kobe know? Probably. Does he care? Probably not. Will he do it? I'm going to say yes. You know, Kobe has 92 career 40-point games. He scored 81 versus Toronto. But take into account, Wilt did it in fewer games after a college career than time with the Globetrotters. Tough to compare with the Dipper. Back to you guys.
All right, glad you called him the Dipper. He enjoyed that, the Big Dipper. He didn't like the stilt at all, as it's controlled by the Raptors, and we are underway at Staples Center. Good to have you with us. The Lakers and the Raptors, first matchup of the season. And also remember, besides the 81 over the last 2 games, last year Kobe averaged 40 a contest. His Bosh lost the handle momentarily and just got away from him. Knocked out of bounds, last by Bargnani. So the Lakers will take over.
Well, that's the beauty of having 2 7-footers, because Andrew went for the little up fake. Chris Bosh went right by him and then ran right into the interior defense of Pau Gasol.
Phil Jackson talking about what a difference he has made in the defensive end. Andrew Bynum backing him down and right over Chris Bosh. So Andrew feeling good at the outset. We saw the pain, the discomfort on his face. It was early in that contest on Friday night. Well, let's see. Too easy on the dribble penetration. Calderon gets all the way to the basket. Not deterred at all for the 4th-year guard from Spain at 6'3", 210 pounds.
Well, he's a deceptive player. You know, Calderon can do a lot of good things.
Before Bargnani can impact the play. Vlade Radmanovic, his first try of the night.
And I like seeing Radmanovic take a couple of shots inside the arc. You know, he doesn't have to rely solely on the 3-point shot for his attempts.
Close that time came out on Jamario Moon. At least a distraction to a certain extent. Kobe on the fly, up against Anthony Parker. Radmanovic beyond the arc. And it was Gasol going after it, but kept away from it by Bargnani. The Lakers by a couple early. They have taken their last 6 at home on this floor from the Toronto Raptors. The 9 penetration. Good job by Radmanovic coming over on the strong side. Shot clock down on Bosh. And Bosh. They call the foul on Andrew Bynum.
Well, you see the aggression with which Chris Bosh attacked the rim that time. Knowing that Andrew is a shot blocker, he says, I know if I just be cute and throw it up off the glass, it's going to get rejected. So what's he do? Tries to hammer one. I mean, that's a nice attempt. You generally get fouled more times than not on a dunk attempt than you will trying to just shoot it up off the glass with a little finesse shot.
So Chris Bosh, who's 3rd in the league in scoring at 28 a game. And very demonstrative as he went to the basket. And on the opposite side, there was Andrew Bynum throwing his hands up into the air. And you got a look from Joey Crawford, one of the 3 officials in the lead, the veteran official, like, wait a minute, again, it's early for that.
Well, not only that, I mean, the officials, they don't want you trying to show them up, you know, and the histrionics that players go through sometimes really can incite the crowd, which gets on the official as well. But good attempt. The ball slips right out of the hand of Chris Bosh, but he ends up with 2 free throws.
Kobe backing down. Anthony Parker finds Radmanovic. And the easy one for Vlade, thanks to Kobe's good entry. And that was because his man snuck over to double on Kobe.
It's almost impossible to double off the box, you know. And they sent as Radmanovic went through, his man tried to stay with him.
Chris Bosh.
Boy, he's soft and smooth.
Yeah, he's always had a good stroke. Derek Fisher trying to barge his way home. Air ball. Right back to Fish. And a new shot clock, not as if they need it. Kobe over his shoulder, he'll shoot 2.
That shot clock should not have been new, because there wasn't a change of possession. But as a result, Kobe, I don't think because of that, because there still would have been plenty of time on the shot clock. Kobe will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Parker discussing the foul call, and it was on Parker, who's been off to a real tough start offensively this year. That has not diminished what he's done at the defensive end of the floor, though, talking and hearing about him from the staff.
I watched him warm up prior to the game, way prior to the game. And he had trouble hitting open shots, shots then when there's nobody defending him. So I think it's all in his head now. But he's one of those players, though, if he makes one or two, look out.
Well, he's at 10 a game and just shooting a little bit above 39%. So the Lakers on the free throws, up by 3. And Parker trying to, that wasn't a bad look, 15, 16 feet away. Inside the arc, Kobe now beyond the arc, the line drive, and he was hit on the elbow. It should be 3 free throws. Jamario Moon hit him, and I believe he was well behind the line.
He was definitely well behind the line. What kills me, though, is, players are taught, or at least they should be taught, that when you're trying to distract, and I didn't say block, I said distract a three-point shot. You're not blocking many of those to begin with. The closer you are to the paint or to the basket, that's when shots are contested with the intent of blocking. The further you are from the basket, that's where you're trying to distract the shooter, making alter the shot. But fouling a guy in the act of shooting a 3 will drive coaches nuts.
The first of a 3-game road trip for the Toronto Raptors.
And by the way,
talk about Sam Mitchell.
And that's not a far drive. Because you know the old adage, you got to be crazy to coach anyhow.
You're talking about the nut house?
They say you always have to be crazy to want to coach. So Kobe gets a far drive.
Kobe gets all 3, and in fact, his 5 points have come right there on the last 2 trips at the free throw line. So the Lakers, an early 6-point advantage.
Lakers in the semi-zone.
And Bargnani, another big guy like Bosh, who just, boy, almost like a textbook release for Bargnani, the way he gets it up.
Well, he's worked on his game on the interior, which I like, because he came into the league solely as a perimeter shooter.
Well, Powell says, if you're going to step out, I'll show you. My face-up game's not bad, 16, 18 feet either.
Yeah, Powell's game is really well-rounded, though. Not only can he step out, he can step in, step around, step through.
Yeah, he's added so much to this lineup. Get to his numbers in just a moment. Bargnani trying to create contact with Radmanovic. Radmanovic on the close, doesn't make any difference. Bargnani showing his range. He's got 5.
And he gets rid of the shot so quick. For a guy his size, that's a quick release.
Radmanovic, the rainbow, barely gets to the lip of the rim. And there's Pau Gasol keeping it alive. Back to Radmanovic. Kobe finds him. 5-point Laker lead. Good communication and movement off the ball.
But that's called keeping your head up. And Kobe is one of the best at keeping his head up so that he can see what's going on.
4 for 5 now for the Lakers, and that's assists on makes. Out of bounds, knocked away, and Bosh was trying to get it with Jamario Moon. Lakers recovered well, though.
The Lakers showing, though, that team ball where Kobe just almost a no-look type play to easy hoop for Radmanovic.
Kobe almost picked it from behind. It'll be Parker in the corner. And batted out with Gasol and Radmanovic collaborate. Kobe against the smaller Calderon. He wants to take his time and just set him up. Instead, he started over with Derek Fisher. So the Lakers start the game 62.5%, 50% for the Raptors. 10 on the shot clock for Andrew Bynum. Got the advantage on Bosh. There you go. And Kobe got to go fast, and he did, but he hit the bottom of the rim. And I brought that up because the shot clock was down. It was not on the rim from Andrew Bynum. Bargnani, good first step, and a foul and a reach on Gasol.
Well, there was the play where the Lakers had it in the hands of Andrew Bynum, and you heard him call it drop step. He had him set up for the drop step, but to use his left hand on the shot attempt. He did the drop step, but brought it back to his right hand. The shot was contested so that he didn't even draw iron.
So Kobe had to hustle it up there, and now the first overall selection in the 2006 draft at the free throw line. He's got a half dozen early. Andre Bargnani, 7 even, 250-pounder in his 3rd season. The 23-year-old from Rome. Very talented. First European ever selected #1 overall in the draft as he gets 1 of 2. Lakers by 4.
Let's see if Andrew now learns from that last basket or that last attempt what to do with his offhand.
Chase tried to trade inside. Almost a turnover. Soft hands. Pau Gasol. He gets the roll.
Now see, he takes that one with his left, knowing that the guy was going to play him for his right.
Jamario Moon, he can get up there. A guy who's been in the slam dunk contest and waited his turn to get into the NBA. A great athlete. Jamario Moon on the slam, and it's back to a 4-point deficit for the Raptors.
Well, we're only just about halfway through the first 12 minutes, but over 50% by the Raptors.
Moving around on the perimeter. Extra pass for Pau Gasol for the closer shot. Assist Derek Fisher, the extra pass.
That is just moving the basketball. The defense cannot keep up with that many passes.
The Lakers back up by 6, 19-13. Parker spacing. Finally gets it over Pau Gasol for the triple.
And that's the kind of shot that can, get him out of his doldrum, so to speak, and have him go for a big night.
Parker's got his second foul, though.
That'll get him off the floor and really prevent a big night.
So it'll be LA native and UCLA Bruin Jason Capono coming in and coming off his best game so far this young season.
They take out one guy that's struggling from the field and bring in a player that is strictly a shooter. I mean, you better get to Jason in a hurry.
Get a season high 16 in their win over Atlanta at home on Friday night before the start of this 3-game journey. Kobe looking towards Pau Gasol, and it's taken away by the length of Jamario Moon trying to split the double. Coming up with Calderon, leading it off with the trailer, Bargnani. Boy, beautiful break.
That's a beautiful pass.
Back door, Kobe, too tall. Pau Gasol tried to get it there, and for the Lakers, it is their second turnover in the early going.
And the turnovers that are leading to hoops, that's the problem for the Lakers. 5:45 left. The Lakers, well, they're leading it, but they only lead it by 1. As Kobe finding Radmanovic. The Lakers have been passing the ball extremely well. Now they got to play some defense.
Raptors 19-18 here in the first quarter. Michael Lee's joining you courtside now. It's not often that players openly talk about winning postseason awards, but Chris Bosh from the Toronto Raptors has done that to a degree this season, saying he wants to win the award. He said it came to him as an epiphany, saying, I came into the season saying I'm going to give it a shot to win the MVP. I think I can get it. And when he thinks of MVPs in the past, though, guys, he thinks of consistency. Every night they put it on the floor, and when need be, they put their teams on the back. You know what? Bosh has done that so far this season, scoring 20 or more points in 12 to 14 games. And how about this? 3 of his last 5, Joel Stu, he scored 39 or more in those games. He's definitely putting in an MVP performance so far this season.
Yeah, when I think of Chris Bosh, I also think of creativity, Michael. And that's because of what I saw on YouTube last year and his video that he put together for his All-Star candidacy. He's a clever guy, very talented guy.
Well, there's no question about his talent. There's no question about his scoring ability. But to win an MVP, if he hasn't checked the books, scoring isn't going to be the way to do it. I mean, yeah, you have to score a little, but it's what your team does that makes the difference. So he's going to have to really work hard to get this team above some of the others in the East.
The Raptors have their first lead of the game. They're up by 20-19 after the Lakers led a couple of times by 6. Pau Gasol, he went 9 for 12 on Friday, 7 for 12 on Sunday, and he starts this contest 4 for 5 with 8 points and a couple of boards. Consistent. You know what you're going to get from the guy, and it just comes to him. He doesn't force it. Jamario Moon, they offer it, he'll take it. Jamario Moon.
Not an easy shot because he faked it to begin with without putting it on the floor. What I call a break rhythm shot, but he developed the rhythm back and made it easy.
Inside Gasol. So Pau ties it at 23, and he's in double figures already with 10 of the 23 for the Lakers.
He can score the quietest 10 points you can see.
Chris Bosh,
he got tapped.
Bad break for him. Now Kobe on the push. And reversed it, skipped it well. Radmanovic, long rebound for Gasol. Fresh shot clock for the Lakers. They were all even at 23. 8 minutes gone by in the first 12. Kobe creating for Derek Fisher this time. Give an assist. Lakers by 3. And the Lakers shooting almost 56% as Fish is the last starter to get on the board. His first point for the night.
Well, Kobe really dissected the defense that time, just waiting for them to commit. The basket moved.
That'll take us to a timeout.
My bad, D-Fish. I know you don't do that too often, but that was funny. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the first. And the Lakers and the Raptors, well, it's a good one thus far. 3-point game. Raptors lead by 3. And, well, what's Kobe done thus far? He hasn't done much. He's just setting the table for others, and he's trying to get in a situation where, no, he doesn't want to get into that situation again, where he's second on the all-time list in points scored in a game. 81 against the Raptors a couple of seasons ago. I mean, that was a night where I don't know if everybody in attendance realized really what was happening there with 81. That, to me, is what you see on the video games, not in a real NBA game. But when you look at Kobe and the talent that he possesses, maybe he should be in a video game, because you can watch that tonight. That's going to be our NBA Classic tonight on Fox. So if you missed it, I don't see how you could have. I'm sure you've seen it once or twice. You want to see it one more time. 81 points versus Toronto.
Don't forget, the team had 122. So that's some kind of percentage. 81 to 122, and the Lakers win that night as they beat the Raptors, and they didn't blow them away. Inside, though, Calderon got by Farmar.
And then he did a job on keeping Jordan from being able to even think about contesting the shot.
Joey Grant has just checked into the game for the Raptors, with Farmar coming in and Trevor Ariza for the Lakers. And Grant is going to be on Kobe right away. Kobe,
welcome, Grant.
That's
your welcome to the game.
That's your statement right away, as there wasn't much space, but enough for Kobe to rise up. And Kobe's got 7, and 5 of the 7 have come at the line, so that's his first basket of the game. Bosh free. He's settling back off the kick, and it'll be out to Ariza. So the Lakers by 3. Toronto still shooting almost 53%. Ariza was available for the lob.
Everybody in the crowd noticed it too, because you could hear the moan like, oh, you missed him, Lamar. But believe me, Lamar doesn't miss many, because he's a pass first type of guy.
Lakers still have 16 on the shot clock. Kobe still feeling it? Yes. Not even close to touching the rim. So Kobe's got 9, and don't forget what else is going on for Kobe tonight with 38. They become the youngest in NBA history to score 22,000. The Lakers trying to pick it up at the defensive end now. That'll free up Capono. And it looked like it was in, didn't it? Now Lamar on the break with Trevor Ariza. Leaves it off the foul. The unselfish basketball continues.
I mean, we call it unselfish, which it is. But that is just basketball. That's the way the game was designed to be played.
Unfortunately, too often you don't see it. Right, I'm lying. You don't see it.
Absolutely.
They've got 10 assists now on their first 13 makes. Bosh going strong on the reverse. Chris Bosh.
That's the way it was supposed to be played too. Wow. What a finish by Chris.
He's got 5 points. 6 shots.
He learned from that little finesse shot that he missed a minute ago.
Trevor Ariza, he filled it up last game and hit some huge shots for the Lakers down the stretch. Put them up by 10 when they're only up by 5 of those back-to-back buckets, including the 3. And on the long rebound, Bargnani right back with it. Another one. Should have gone down as the Raptors trying to track Lamar Odom. Bargnani knocks it out of bounds. Good recovery by the big guy, a 7-footer running the floor.
Yeah, because Lamar did a good job of turning him around, not letting him get in position, but because of his height, he was able to just reach out and knock it free.
5-point Laker lead. Bukic has just checked in. A rookie from Croatia, 2nd-round pick of the Raptors 4 years ago, and Sasha Vujacic with the basketball. Checking in for the Lakers for the first time and almost turning it over. Still 13 on the shot clock, and that's what he looked at real quickly.
And he should spot up and get his man away from the double team.
Going with the hook. So, what footwork? Pau Gasol has 14 already, and that's on 6 of 9 for the field. And normally, you got to beg him to shoot.
Obviously, someone's been begging.
He doesn't take 9 shots for a game frequently. 6 seconds, the difference between the shot clock and the game clock, as Capono spacing. Little mid-range game. Jason Capono, the former UCLA Bruin, brings him back within 5.
That little baby jumper is not an easy one. It's a short distance, but that's not an easy shot.
Farmar is short. And at the buzzer, it won't be close for Bargnani. Lakers give up 29, but fortunately, with all those points they've given up, they outscored them by 3.
And they held the Raptors finally to 50% in the quarter, 12 out of 24. They still have to pick the defensive end up. They'll be okay. They lead it by 5. it's Mr. Gasol, as he's really taken the Raptors to work here. Whether it's running the floor, knocking down 15-footers, posting up. Yeah, he's pursuing perfection.
And now he gets his first break of the game as Andrew Bynum's going to check back in. So Drew is out there with Sasha Vujicic, Jordan Farmar, Lamar Odom, and Trevor Ariza stays on the floor.
They're going to take Andrew well away from the basket defensively, as he'll have to guard Bargnani.
Man, Andrew right around Bargnani. Soft touch, wouldn't stay home. So a 5-point Laker lead, 34-29 to start the second 12 minutes of play. And the Energy guys, they were torched by Dallas' second unit, 35-2 in the first half. Last game, let's see. They're a little bit better. Andrew Bynum really moved his feet well. It's out of bounds off the shot clock, but he shut down Chris Bosh.
And a little bit of help from Lamar Odom, but that's a good job of bending his knees by Andrew, because normally when you're away from the basket, players don't, 7-footers don't like to be out there to defend. Good job, Andrew. Hopefully his teammates and coaches will tell him that, and he'll be able to take some rewards from it and do it again.
They run off Andrew at the high post. Now 8 of the shot clock for Farmar. Maurice has got to do something. He saw the shot clock, made a move, a good move too. And didn't get it. But Andrew Bynum with Sasha underneath using the rim to protect it.
Well, you rarely see Sasha in a crowd under the basket scoring, but good job of protecting it by using the rim. Good look by Andrew.
He's working against the second-round pick Ukic on the field. Counted, had it gone. Saw Ukic during the preseason, and the 24-year-old looks like he could have a nice career. He was their 41st overall selection in 2004. Played in Rome last year and had a career best of 11 points and 4 assists a game there in EuroLeague play.
Ukic is going to be a good player. You can tell by just the way he handles himself in the backcourt.
He's got a nice length too, Stuart. 6'5", a little over 200 pounds. And there's an air, kind of a confidence we saw in the preseason for the young man. Like, feels like he belongs.
Well, with Chris Bosh going out for his first rest, this is the time where the Lakers have to really assert themselves, because they don't have that bona fide go-to guy on the floor. This is when you really swarm defensively. Make it tough on everybody.
Chris Humphries has come in for Chris Bosh. Their second unit has played better over the last 3-4 games. Humphries a part of that, along with Capono, Graham, and Ukic. Along with the starter, Bargnani. Sasha stepping into it. A little bit long. It's Bargnani. One and done. Out to Ukic. Graham, good jump step. Over to the left side, not a bounce. Who touched it last? It'll belong to Toronto. So fresh shot clock.
Nice move by Graham, but the finish left a little bit to be desired.
Twin brother Steven in the NBA. Joey in his 4th year out of Oklahoma State, former first-round pick. And Jason Capono showing that he can go inside the arc, because all 3 of his buckets in that neighborhood.
He's a shooter, so he can go anywhere.
36-32. Raptors at 46%. Lakers cooling down. They're at 48%. Now the clear out for Andrew Bynum. Although Ukic shades down to that side. Got to make a decision.
Shot clock issues again.
It'll be Ariza beyond the arc. Grazed the rim as Graham picks it up. So the Lakers 1 for 7 on their 3-point tries. Raptors
I don't know how
now 3 of 8.
It's rare, but you see it a little bit these days, how right-handers shoot it wide right.
Almost like a twist, like a knuckleball.
Yeah, I mean,
good save by Graham. The shot clock's down on him. And he got to the rim, created the reach. And a couple of free throws coming up for Joey Graham. 11-5 last game for Graham, and that was off his best game of the season. 2 games ago, he had 17, so starting to gain the confidence and the trust of his head coach, Sam Mitchell.
Well, Trevor Ariza gets called for the leg foul there, as Trevor stepped in and sends Graham to the charity strike. Only a 4-point advantage, looking like it's going to go even less. There's 3-point advantage with another one to come.
Pair of tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game sounds pretty good. Well, you could win them courtesy of Verizon Wireless. And to enter, text Lakers to 66196 by the end of this evening's game. 1 winner per contest. Sweepstakes open to residents of L.A., Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. You have to be 18, though. And for all the rules, just head over to Lakers.com. Lakers by 3. Graham splits a pair. Lamar was available. They didn't see him. He was wide open. Now Farmar, contested 3 by Ukic in his lane. And it almost didn't get to the rim.
Yeah, barely got the rim.
Well, you say you don't have success there. You don't keep going back there. And right now, the Lakers only 1 for 8. Capono off the screen. And Bargnani beats him to the punch. All the way out from the high post, down to the block. Nobody touched him. Nobody put a body on him. It's a 1-point game. Lamar behind his back. That was a tough one for Andrew Bynum. That was a little fastball in
not
tight
only that,
quarters.
you know, you lose sight of it in close quarters like that. So all of a sudden, the ball was on top of him, and he just couldn't get it in his hands. Well, timeout is called with the Lakers up by 1.
Patrick O'Neal, locker room interviews, highlights right after the game. It's Lakers Live. Billy Mack and the guy, Rick Fox, Norm Nixon. It's all presented by your Southern California Hyundai dealers. Yeah, earlier tonight at Detroit, Portland 96, the Pistons 85. So the Portland Trailblazers now 12-6, and the leaders in the Northwest Division. And happy birthday, Jordan Farmar. 22 years young today.
Well, he's getting old.
You're sad. You're really sad.
22? Wow. Still the youngest thing going.
He's a good future. Well, yeah, but he's a geezer compared to Andrew Bynum.
A young basketball team in some respects. You know, obviously, we've got a couple of veterans, but a lot of young players that are very talented.
And Trevor Reese is only 23. Sasha holds on to Capono, gives him an elbow at the end of the play, but Sasha gets the call. And it was right in front of Joey Crawford. It was an obvious call. So his second, team's third. Good start for Jason Capono. Back home tonight.
And you can see why Sasha's trying to hold on to him. He's off to a very good start, and he's a shooter. Boy, you can't let him get looks.
Bargnani bringing Andrew Bynum away from the basket with the up fake. Across it will go to Sasha. That's a new headband, isn't it? Farmar on the run. I like it. Attacks. Jordan Farmar slices his way home.
That was beautiful. I mean, the move, the finish with the left hand in a crowd. Nice.
Ukic. Nobody denied him once he got by Farmar.
Yeah, but Andrew was there, but Andrew didn't have the right angle. Wasn't in the right position to really contest that shot. A half step to his left, and he would have blocked it.
1-point lead for the Lakers. Farmar available. Trying to get closer to the basket. And Ariza going. Well, it didn't work outside the first couple, and they were both 3-point attempts for Trevor Ariza, and I like that recognition.
Well, I mean, he's more comfortable attacking the rim to begin with, so for him to attack the basket in that manner, routine play.
Yeah, thought process for Trevor, as Phil Jackson has said repeatedly, is drive to the basket. How about Ariza's block? Takes it away from Humphries, and fouled hard from behind by Humphries.
That's payback.
Man,
Humphries
he's fortunately okay.
Humphries said, "You block mine, will you? Well, I'm coming to get yours." That's good hustle play by Humphries. He didn't quit it after the block by Trevor. Trevor's going down the other way, and Trevor in the open court. That's where he likes to play. So 2 free throws coming to Mr. Ariza.
And he was playing the ball all the way. He got the ball.
There's no question he's playing the ball. I mean, that was all ball at the top. The contact was down below.
Right, and it's too often you see guys where revenge is on their mind, and that's all they're thinking. But he was trying to get the block. He crossbody blocked him on the low side. As Sasha sits down, Kobe is back into the game. Chris Bonds has checked back in for the Raptors with the Lakers up by 4, thanks to the quickness at the defensive end once again of Trevor Ariza, coming off season high 15. All 15 come into the second half, and 9 of those 15 for Trevor. As Bargnani sits down. 9 of the 15 coming down the stretch in the fourth. He was big. Humphrey sets it up. Good look at the back tap by Bosch. Not exactly the way he designed it. Right to Andrew Bynum. Farmar, too wide open. Jordan gets him. Lakers have their biggest lead of the game, 45-37.
And the Raptors want to talk it over. They realize just how quickly the Lakers can strike. And a minute ago, it was a 1-point game. All of a sudden now, with the Lakers on a 7-0 run, it's an 8-point game, capped off by the wide-open 3 by Jordan. Fallback Farmar. 12. They've made 18 baskets. They've got 14 assists. Get open, and this group will find you. And that's what makes them even work harder, because when you know if you make it, you're going to get the ball, that first step is always a quick one, not an after-the-thought one, and that can be the difference between a wide-open look.
The Raptors have it. Find Capono out of the timeout. Not a bad idea. And Humphries can't save it. He's out of bounds on the baseline. He got inside Andrew Bynum, slipped in there. And it was a good move by Chris Humphries. 8-point Laker lead, their biggest of the game, as they're shooting 50% compared to 43% for the Raptors.
Well, I asked them to pick up their defense. The Raptors were at 50% at the end of the first quarter. Now they're falling off a bit.
Kobe jostling his way to get into position. Now over Graham, off the glass. Good ball back off the glass.
There was a stretch a few years ago when Kobe went into a banking scenario where every game he would take 3 or 4 off the glass.
He's got 11 so far tonight. Now 10 of the shot clock. Graham not the first option offensively. Out of control. Out of control on that play. Backdoor Trevor Ariza. Andrew Bynum didn't know if it was for him. And Trevor stays with the play. So Ariza now up to a half dozen. The run is 11-0 for the Lakers, and they lead by 12.
Again, their defense, they just took them completely out of their set, made them swarm.
Humphries fouled but blocked. Lamar Odom on top of the basketball. They got him on the low side, though. So Humphries to the free throw line.
Well, Humphries thinks he has an easy one. At the top, nothing but ball. But that's generally what most fans watch. They watch at the top, but you see where he got hit around the shoulder area with the body? That's where the foul was called.
And the other hand was right on top of the shoulder of Humphries. Tough to get up. So he gets the first of 2. Chris Humphries in his 5th year out of Minnesota. He only played 1 year college ball, so he's still only 23 years old. First round pick for the Cavs, 14th overall back in 2004. And came to Toronto a couple of years ago for Rafael Araujo.
You remember Araujo?
That was the previous regime for the Raptors who made him a pick.
When you ran into that pick,
yeah, he was wide.
I'm not talking about the draft pick, the screen that he used to set on you. Oh, he could put a knot on your head.
Cement block. 5:35 and counting. Left in the half. Good spacing by the Lakers. Now what are they going to do? Shot clock's down. Andrew Bynum's up. And Trevor Ariza thought he was on stilts that time.
Trevor. Andrew is 7'1". He can jump, but he can't jump that high.
That was really up
That
there.
was a lob pass at the top of this box. I mean, the square. The backboard. The glass.
That was above the glass. Through the glass of the shot clock.
Wow.
So the Lakers still up by 11.
Called slipsies on that pass. Look at the coach's head. Slipsies.
Bosh losing the handle. Andrew Bynum choked him off on the baseline. And almost like Bosh is trying to do too much out of his own game.
Well, he realized that the Lakers are swarming him, and he wants to get rid of it in a hurry. He got rid of it all right on the turnover.
Reposted to Saul. Getting Bargnani out of position. Go to the line. Heads up play. Boy, did he give it up to Andrea Bargnani.
There's the advantage again of catching it and facing up without committing your dribble. When you face up without a dribble, defensively, I've got to make a decision. Do I take a half step back and offer you the shot, or do I close and offer you the drive? Read and react.
Pau Gasol, first free throw attempt of the night.
A Luke Walton sighting.
Early tonight. Along with Derek Fisher coming back for Jordan Farmar as Trevor Ariza will sit down.
Wow.
And over the last 8 minutes of the blowout against New Jersey, you saw that Luke still can play at a very nice level and find his teammates. He played a real complete package.
I mean, everybody knows what Luke brings to the table.
He can definitely play, and he's going to be able to help this team down the road. So Luke Walton will pick up Jamario Moon, who also is back in there. Anthony Parker the same for the Toronto Raptors. They go back to some of their starters. Calderon. Almost off the mark with Parker. He made that a difficult one. Andrew Bynum with a couple of hops, but it's knocked away. So fresh shot clock. The league leader in assists. Bumped by Bynum. It'll be Andrew's second.
Again, though, that's just good offensive play by Chris Bosh. Andrew's been playing him pretty well in that kind of an ISO play, but this time he gets around him enough to get contact around the hip area, and there's where the foul was called. Nothing you can do with that one, Andrew. Bend your knees a bit more maybe and ask for some help.
And don't look at the official. Take the foul.
Yeah, he's getting better at that.
First free throws goes down for Chris Bosh, who last year averaged 22 and 9 on 49% shooting. One of the best free throw shooters in the league among the big men at 84% last season. They've got some guys. When you talk about free throws, you don't want to get a free throw shooting contest with them. They're number 1 overall in the league, but Calderon, for one, hasn't missed this year. He's 40 of 40. Bargnani, 93%. So they hit him on a regular basis. And as a group, 83.
Zoned by the Raptors. See if the Lakers either shoot him out of it or
Kobe. A real long one right back to Andrew Bynum. So fresh shot clock. How about that dish? Kobe on the slam. Walton on the assist.
That's Luke being Luke. If you're open, rest assured you'll get it from Mr. Walton.
15 assists on 21 makes to start the game for the Lakers. 53 on the board, a good reason why. Good stroke. Jose Calderon. In his 4th season from Spain, the 27-year-old. Well, that just snapped through, didn't it? Good form. Yep. Good results. Kobe's on the attention. Luke Walton can't get the finish on the 3. But still, an 11-point lead for the Lakers at 53-42. As you mentioned, they've got Toronto shooting 42%. Bosh not trying to hit the basket. That time about an 18-footer over Gasol. Chris Bosh with 9. Bargnani leads the Raptors, though, with 10 and 6. And that'll be a timeout with 3:10 to play in the half.
Phil Jackson called that timeout. Again, something defensively that he doesn't care for, and he's going to make an adjustment. That's one of the reasons why he and assistant coach Kurt Rambis has really got that defense in order. 3 minutes and 10 to play, and Luke to Kobe, and Kobe with the left hand. That's good basketball. Give and go.
We are outside at Star Plaza, where I will be joined by Norm Nixon and Rick Fox for the Jack in the Box halftime report momentarily. We'll have highlights, we'll break it down. The fellas will tell you what they thought of half number 1, including Powell's great start to this game offensively. But right now, let's go back inside. Joel, Stu, and the game. Fellas?
You're right, Billy. Pretty tough to beat what Pau Gasol has done so far with 16 points on 7 of 9 for the field to go along with 5 rebounds. But Devin Harris has got 41 so far tonight at Phoenix, and he's going to the free throw line, trying to put the Nets up by a half dozen, a little more than a minute to play over the Suns.
One game at a time. I'm confused, but I stay confused.
We'll watch it during the break. Now Kobe, isolation against Jamario Moon. Very athletic one. And stay outside. Go right over. Good idea. That paid off, didn't it? 55-44, Lakers by 11. Kobe's got 15.
I don't care who you are. Why would the coach put you on an island with that man? You need some company.
Final 2:40. It'll be a 3-second defensive 3 on the Lakers and Lamar Odom.
Who's going to shoot the technical? I wonder.
40 for 40.
Got a ways to go to get the record, though.
Pretty strong start to the new season. And remember, coming into the new season, pressure on this guy because they traded away T.J. Ford. It was a battle last year between these two for the starting position. It didn't work, that combination. In fact, they got to the postseason, but you could tell it was not a healthy situation. Both wanted starters minutes. Calderon has delivered. I said he was a league leader. He is close. He's right behind Chris Paul challenge. And Kobe called for the foul. It'll be 3 free throws going through Jamario Moon.
Well, Kobe did a pretty good job of rushing to his right side, but with his left hand, obviously touched the arm of Moon. So 3 free throws coming to Moon. Now's a good time to take a nap, because 3 free throws, that's really exciting. It takes up a lot of time.
Well, it gives us a chance to wish a happy birthday to a friend of yours, mine as well, a scout for the Lakers. Chaz Osborne is celebrating a birthday this weekend.
He's 29 again?
He always says he was. I think he's 28 again. It's in reverse for him.
Happy birthday, Chad.
Yeah, very happy birthday. I didn't know Vegas had a team in the league because he always finds games there.
Scouting?
2.5 minutes left in the half. Lakers by 7 at 55-48. So Jamario Moon at the line getting all three. At least they're shading power on the dive, and it dropped away. Kind of lost it on his way up, but give Bargnani credit. He got in front of him. And tonight, in the paint. Bosh setting up a wide open Parker. And Parker's got a couple of threes tonight. Anthony Parker in the 6-year from Bradley. The guy that played for Maccabi Tel Aviv and played at a high level, winning 3 EuroLeague titles there for them. And he brings them back within 4, 55-51. Not a traffic to that pass. It's a turnover.
As soon as he threw it, Kobe knew. He said, my bad.
Only the 5th so far for the Lakers. They only had 9, 10 last game, 9 the game before. Bosh losing the handle. Lamar holding his ground. Just did not have numbers. Let Gasol, though, down to the block if he wants it. Kobe on the opposite side over the smaller man, Calderon. A little flat on the shot, but the result worked. That stopped 7 straight by the Raptors. Lakers back up by 6. Now, this is the score that the Lakers went to halftime with on Friday night. Down, though, to the Dallas Mavericks, 57-51. A lot of points given up, though. Bargnani, 3. And it comes out to Luke Walton. He's got Kobe. He sees it. And Kobe gets the easy one of the early leak out.
That's the beauty, again, of getting a rebound and looking up immediately. Not having your head down like you lost money and you're looking for it on the floor. Look up so you can see where your teammates are.
So 2 assists for Luke in 4 minutes. And get Calderon for an easy one. Kobe coming up with Gasol. Kobe. The slam for number 24. The Lakers back up by 10. It'll be a timeout and a 20 taken by Sam Mitchell.
Well, there's only 39 seconds left in the half. You can't take the 20-second timeout with you. Good call by Sam Mitchell as the Lakers have exploded again to go up by 10.
They're going to go 2 for 1.
Come away with it out of the timeout. So they can stop. About 9, making 10, separating the shot clock and the game clock, and now they can play for the final shot. And Lamar will pull it back out on the offensive glass. So the Lakers outboarded them 28-16, leading by 10, and they'll set it up.
Let's see what Toronto does defensively on this last possession. They had a foul to give, but that's not where you want to give it.
And that early.
You know, you wait. I mean, Kobe's 45 feet from the basket. Wasn't looking to attack. Wait until he gets ready to attack. It takes off a few more seconds. Now the Lakers have 8 seconds to do something with.
Luke Walton will trigger the inbound series. Lamar Odom up against Chris Bosh. Setting up Derek Fisher. The high one. Almost got to Gasol thought he had it. It was that good for Gasol. We thought it was going down, too. So the Lakers close the half with 6 straight.
Well, a little bit of momentum going into the locker room. Let's see what they come out of the locker room with.
Time now for the Jack in the Box halftime report with the Lakers up 61-51, shooting 50%. So we head over to Billy McDonald. Bill?
All right, Joel, thank you so much. Rick and Norm are here. This is one of those superstar games. Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant getting it done.
Well, they started the game out really well. I love the way they were moving the ball in the first quarter. They got a little slow in the second quarter, picked up the momentum at the end, but overall, a decent half.
Yeah, I think I was a little hard on the Christmas tree lights over here.
Oh, man, that's what you've been thinking about.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know you are.
No, our stars definitely showed up to play tonight. But 51 points defensively, that's a good start.
We will break it down a little bit more. In fact, the fans are waiting for the show. It's going to happen momentarily across the street. When we come back, more on the Lakers. Jack in the Box halftime report.
Point for the Lakers. He said was the difference in the ball game. He says we also want to continue what we wanted to do to start the game. That was to continue to get out in the open court, not try to play a half-court game against the Lakers. They're just way too long down low, guys.
All right, thank you. They're minus 13 on the boards. You're talking about that, Michael, and I really like the way the Lakers started the second half with Kobe trying for that real high percentage play. Andrew Bynum gets the first of two.
Well, obviously that's not the play they had designed, but reading the defense, when Kobe got that dribble penetration, splitting to two defenders, they came to him with a third guy, and he finds Andrew, who gets fouled.
And also take into consideration the Lakers average 22, almost 23 assists per game. That is among 30 teams in the league. That is sixth best, and they've got 18 in the first half. They moved the basketball. They found each other. Parker denied inside, Bargnani outside, and Kobe tracks it down. And the Lakers, Andrew got one of two, lead by 11. Their biggest lead in the first half was 13. That was late in the first half. And then they closed the first half. Slips, and I'm talking about on the slip screen, Andrew Bynum slips through easily. Kobe looking for him, 64-51.
That was a nice play. I thought there that Andrew may have stayed with the screen a little too long. You want to have a certain count in your head and then release. He did it. He gets an easy hoop.
Andrew Bynum's got a couple of fouls. Don't want to come up to the back of Bosch early. Nearly off balance on that entry. Quick double, and Derek Fisher takes it away. So Kobe helped out in the double. Gasol on the trail. Fish says, I got it myself. You got it, Derek. Lakers have their biggest lead of the game at 15. 5 for Fish. Timeout.
Sam Mitchell says, I've seen enough to start this third quarter. Let's talk this over, because the Laker defense that time really confused Chris Bosh as he just almost handed the ball to Derek Fisher. 15. That's the way to come out of the locker room on both ends of the floor. Offensively, Andrew setting the screen, then he finds out, I'll just get out the way, and all of a sudden he has the ball in his hands for an easy deuce. But more importantly, defensively, as Chris Bosh just about hands it to Derek Fisher, and Derek pulls up, knocks down the 17-footer, and that forces the Raptors to talk it over. So let's see what the Lakers do out of the timeout, or better yet, let's see what the Raptors do out of the timeout.
The Lakers at 52%, 41% for Toronto. Derek Fisher coming off one of his most productive games offensively. He's filling up the box with 4 assists and a couple of steals, but last game, Friday night, 8 for 14 from the field. Bargnani looked like he didn't know where to go with it. Bosh does though. And against Andrew Bynum's length, didn't even get to the rim.
Andrew took the proper angle that time and kept Chris Bosh going toward the basket, but toward the baseline more than toward the rim.
Kobe working against Parker, and there's a foul on the opposite side of the floor. Will it be called their own holding? Derek Fisher, yes.
You know what that is? That's what Derek was doing to Calderon on the other end. That's what he's talking about with the official. He's saying, hey, he's denying me the ball on the other end. He didn't get called for the foul. The referee said, hey, I didn't see it. If I see it, I'll call it.
Now he's at a 10 on the shot clock for Kobe. Double went one way, Kobe goes the other way. Finds Radmanovic. Gasol, it sat on the lip, and that hurt him because he had timed it well if it didn't sit up there.
That's good discipline, though, because you have to remember, the international rules, you can take it off the rim like that.
Jamario Moon stops the 11-0 run for the Lakers. And Jamario Moon with 11 points. The Lakers still by a dozen, 66-54. Andrew Bynum says, I'll take it, but boy, that was flat for Andrew. And it wasn't a real long one, 15, 16-footer. Bosh, though, the triple shows the range. The big guy steps out. So Chris Bosh had been 3 of 9 before that shot. He's up to a dozen. Radmanovic, a little fall away. And Andrew Bynum's lane got it away from Chris Bosh. Now, matched up with Bargnani. It's Gasol in the middle of the paint. And pass it right back out to Kobe. So the boards were a concern for Sam Mitchell, and they continue to be that. Kobe cradles it. Finds Radmanovic on the wing. Will he get the assist? Yes! Back to a dozen. And
Kobe had that set up from the time he touched the ball. I believe he had in his mind that he wanted to get Radmanovic a look.
So Vlade up to 9. Parker popping up with the three, and he's starting to find it, isn't he?
Well, this is a team that they have a number of guys on their starting team, all of them to be exact, that can shoot the three efficiently. Offensive foul, Derek. Used your right arm.
Cleared out.
Yeah. If he keeps his right arm down near his body, near his waist, he probably gets the foul on Calderon. But because it left and separated itself from his body, that's where the foul was called.
It's the 6th turnover of the game for the Lakers, compared to 4 for the Raptors. And the Lakers have maximized those 4. They've scored 8 points off the Toronto mistakes. Calderon and Fish going down to tie him up. Those two are getting a little feisty together, aren't they?
Let me tell you something, though. As much as I like Calderon, please don't make a mistake like that. You don't want to mess with the Bulldog. Not D. Fish.
So 2 of the smallest guys on the floor will jump it up. And it was a busy summer for Calderon, too. We talked about Bosch winning gold. Well, Spain lost to the U.S. and Calderon was on the Spanish side, where Pau Gasol won a silver medal this summer in Beijing. And won a world championship as it's controlled, and Gasol coming out. Kobe with the baseball pass. Had to get rid of it. He had given up the dribble. Goes right back at Bargnani.
Look at the patience he shows.
They come out of the double. Sharing it well. Derek Fisher, a little bit short on the 3 ball. Still a 9-point Laker lead. Anthony Parker is starting to fill it up. He's hot. He's got 11. So quick offense, early offense in transition.
Well, that's what Sam Mitchell talked about. You know, he didn't want to play against him in the half court because of their size. So he says he needs to get out in the open court and get some shots. There's Calderon and Fish at it again.
Hey, you see Fish walking into him. He's not backing up a bit. So it's going to be the 2nd on Calderon, 3rd team foul, though. It's only 1 more to give. The Lakers do not have a team foul. Lakers set a new standard since they moved to Los Angeles. On Friday night, they only had 8 fouls as a group. Kobe popping up. And it's been that way all night for Kobe. He joined us just in the 2nd half. Kobe's got 23 points. Needed 38 tonight to become the youngest ever to hit 22,000. And he's 9 of 12 from the field after going 14 for 26 on Friday night.
That's the impressive thing, is the 9 of 12.
Hook on Fish.
You know, the officials are now watching those 2 very closely. Both of them should back off a bit, as they got a technical foul, I believe. Double text. Fish and Calderon. Joey Crawford doesn't take anything.
No, he's just trying to slow him down anyway, so it doesn't go any further.
And that will do it right there. That will definitely slow both of them down.
So Calderon generates the offense to Bargnani. And right back to Derek Fisher. Lakers by 9. 5 minutes into the 3rd of the crossover. Derek Fisher says, I thought it was going to be take that, because it was a pretty good crossover, wasn't it? To create space.
And he got the one that touched every part of the rim shots.
Good entry by Parker. Bosch falling away. And the length of Andrew Bynum had something to do with that, didn't it?
I think he just blocked out his vision. He couldn't even see the basket.
Bosch is now 4 for 11. A guy that scored 30 or more in 4 of his last 6. But he's not had a lot of luck in his last 4 trips into Staples Center. Andrew Bynum around Chris Bosch. That was a slick move.
Well, Chris has to expend so much energy just to keep Andrew from backing him in that he's not in a position to really challenge the shot. That's why Andrew can elevate and get an easy look.
Calderon off the high screen, and Radmanovic takes it away.
On the right.
Lottie. A little bit too much.
Threw it to the open man. Wasn't wearing the right jersey.
Kobe had been in that space for a second, and it turns out to be a 3 for Calderon. So points off a turnover, and it trimmed quickly down to 8, and a timeout this time for the Lakers.
Boy, this game has its ups and downs, doesn't it? Runs, that's the name of the game in the NBA, especially as the Lakers went on 1, and now the Raptors trying to get back into it on the 3 by Calderon. With an 8-point advantage, 73-65, and Andrew Bynum, starting to round himself into the form that he wants to be in. Our Carl's Jr. Exmo shows him extending over Chris Bosh. Nice soft touch, bounces around a couple of times. You don't get those kind of bounces when you throw up a brick.
The Lakers have led by as many as 16. Low pass for Bynum. Soft hands. He's blocked from behind by Parker. Stays with it. Andrew. A very tenacious play by Bynum. He's got 9.
Wow, how did that shot go in? There's power there.
Yeah, with the basketball, though, right now, Calderon, who gives it up to Bosh. He's really been the difference maker. Bosh is too strong. Parker, loose ball foul. And I bring it up because Calderon averages right around 10. And it's 11 assists per game for Chris Paul. So he's second in the league. But Calderon already has 11 assists for a group that's shooting a little over 42%.
I was wondering how Andrew was able to convert that shot. He thought he got fouled on the first one. And then he looks at the officials and says, no foul on either one of those?
Bargnani closed well. Got the block on Pau Gasol. 10-point lead, 75-65. Parker finding Moon right back. And a breakdown for the Lakers defensively. So Radmanovich, ball watching out top. His man behind him, Parker.
He just anticipated the shot going up, turned his head completely, lost sight of his man.
Final 5 minutes. And Trevor Ariza is going to be coming in. Next whistle for Radmanovich. Andrew Bynum going strong against Chris Bosh. Boy, we're watching him grow up, aren't we?
Boy, he's reading now. I mean, really reading what Chris Bosh is doing. The drop step is there every time.
11 points, 7 boards for Andrew Bynum. So more balance for the Lakers once again among their starting 5. There's 3 in double figures, and Radmanovich has 9. Bosh, good fake to start things off and then threw it away. Thought he was going to go to the rack again. Kobe on the spin. Flat on the finish. It picked up by Bargnani.
As we say, here comes that silky smooth shot.
And a reach from behind. But it's in the back of his mind. Bosh normally is going to the basket, but it was Andrew Bynum there between the rim and Bosh.
Well, he's been challenged so much near the rim. He had one real good move to the basket in the first half where he went with some real aggression. But he's been indecisive, and when you're indecisive, you give the defense chance to get into position.
So Andrew Bynum sits down. Lamar Odom coming into the game. And Radmanovich sits down for Trevor Ariza. Set it up for Jamario Moon. A little long, and so is that pass by Kobe.
Today's Sunday.
I know. I was waiting for the
QB.
Hey, you got to put a little air under the pass. Come on, drop it in over the safety. I'll tell you.
Phil Jackson laughed, a little smile on his face, as if to say, I'm not having you be my quarterback.
Out Calderon, they're trying to funnel him to the baseline. Did a good job to get Derek Fisher out of position and get a couple of free throws. So he has been the guy to keep minutes with 10 points, 11 assists, and 4 boards. Jose Calderon, good-looking point guard for them for a long time to come because they made the decision that he is the guy, not T.J. Ford, who was sent away and traded away now with the Indiana Pacers, and we're going to see him on Tuesday night. Calderon gets the first of 2. Kings, how about those Kings beating the Hawks yesterday 5-2, and that's after they had a shutout the game before 1-0. Leafs, Kings, right here on Fox Sports West, 7:30.
I don't think Calderon's going to miss a free throw this year.
Yeah, he hasn't yet, has he?
You see his form?
Yeah,
he does everything really, really well.
And we talked about it in the first half when we saw him take that angle jumper to about 16, 18 feet. It was just perfect. Now Kobe trying to get Parker out of position, setting up Lamar Odom. Lamar, very decisive with the triple.
And again, as the first resort, Lamar, catch and shoot. Not catch and then wait around and see what, a teammate is doing.
And that made a difference for Trevor Ariza, didn't it, in the last game? Fall away, Anthony Parker. So the Lakers by 11. Late in the third. Pau Gasol. Kobe saw it all the way. Pau Gasol gives Kobe the assist. Kobe's got 7 assists to lead the Lakers, 7 of their 23. And Gasol is up to 18 on 8 of 14.
Well, 2 double-doubles in the game, and they both happen to be on the Raptors side with Calderon and Bargnani.
So the stats can lie.
Absolutely.
The Lakers have nice balance. Bargnani. Pass was nearly out of bounds beyond Capone. Bargnani just never set, did he? It's Bosh with the rebound.
He realizes he has to get the shot off so fast before the Lakers swarm him.
And a reach on Kobe. That's the last foul for the Lakers, their 14th foul. So out the rest of the way. The final 2:31 of the third. Lakers led by 10. Don't forget at the half, they're a +3 so far here in the third 12-minute session. Calderon, Derek Fisher. They have a nice little battle going on this third quarter. Capono off balance. He just fell down on it. Ariza had to lay it in. It's almost like he was surprised a lot by Lamar. What's going on down there? 84-69, timeout of the fourth. The Lakers lead by 15.
Well, the turnover, Ariza and Lamar really did a job on Capono, forced a turnover, and then in transition, Lamar says, I think I'll get an assist on this one as he throws it up, and I don't know how that happened, but somehow Ariza swatted it home.
He just backed Lamar out of there. Capono finds Graham. Just got it over the rim. He's probably surprised he was that wide open. 86-77.
Try to really separate themselves from this team. A couple of shots don't fall. A couple of shots fall for Toronto, and it's back to a 9-point game.
Farmar got it thrown away. Miscommunication on that play. Calderon, Anthony Parker, and a couple of free throws. He got it on the side of the head from Farmar. That was a tough one. He got whacked.
Yeah, he did. I think he's going to be okay. I hope he's going to be okay. Jordan trying to swipe at it. He never does get any part of the basketball, but did get the right side of the head. The whole head. I said the right side. He got all of it.
That wasn't exactly a touch foul.
No.
So a couple of shots coming up for
Anthony saying to himself, which basket should I hit? So there's two of them up there right now. Blurred vision after that kind of a foul.
You know, we always talk about Reggie Miller and Cheryl Miller in the backyard in the games when Reggie finally could beat Cheryl.
What was that?
But what about Candace Parker and her older brother Anthony? I bet they had some pretty good pickup games.
They did.
Candace flat out play. Anthony gets the free throws, so from 15, it is down to 7. 86-79, and a real good close for the Toronto Raptors to make the game of it. Vukic's back in. Farmar trying to get the rim against him, and Jordan did. Gasol there on the follow. Kyle Gasol staying at home on the play. He's got 22. And the Lakers now 24-6 in second chance opportunities. Bargnani. Slick move.
That's what he's
nice.
worked on.
Nice for the
when
big guy.
When he first got into the NBA, he never did that. Everything was a long-range shot.
Farmer wanted to go to Odom. That passing lane was taken away. Gasol against Bargnani with an and the loose ball out of bounds to the Lakers for the last shot of the quarter.
Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, he put pressure on Graham, who couldn't get the handle because Ariza was right on their hip.
That last basket by Bargnani, though, just nice little slip around Lamar and underhand shot off the glass. That's nice for a big guy.
Kyle Gasol left alone. Man, shooting free throws. What a breakdown defensively on an inbounds. We've talked about it with the Lakers where you don't bracket and protect the rim.
You just don't square your shoulders up to the baseline. And you protect against a teammate getting screened. And the Raptors that time, well, they need to go to school. They will get the last shot of the quarter. Maybe that's the plan. They said, oh, we'll just let them inbound it, foul them, we'll get it back and get the last shot.
Kyle Gasol's third free throw of the night. He's 3 of 3 there. He hasn't missed too many times anywhere. He's got 23 points, 9 rebounds. As he is tied for team honors with Kobe. Kobe's got 23, and then Andrew Bynum with 11. And I mentioned that Phoenix loss. Phoenix now is 4-5 at home. So while this is game number 10 at home for the Lakers, they have succeeded on their home floor. Even though 10%, or make it 25% of the home schedule is gone after tonight, basically, with 41 home games, they've really capitalized on home cooking. The run by Capono. And it won't stay in. It wanted to, tantalizingly so, but it popped out.
That was close. We've come to the end of the third, and the Lakers had themselves a 9-point advantage with 12 minutes left to play. Toyota game reset is all about sharing the basketball offensively for the Lakers. They are really making the effort to find the open man. And when you do that, everybody's happy. Everybody feels a part of what's going on. And everybody does their job, seemingly, just a little bit better. How good has it been for the Lakers in the passing department? 10 players have been on the floor for the Lakers, and all 10 have at least one assist. Every player that's played for the Lakers has an assist to run their total to 25 assists on 37 made baskets. That's sharing the wealth.
To start the fourth, the only starter out there now for the Lakers is going to be Andrew Bynum, matching up with Chris Bosh. He's joined by Lamar Odom, Sasha Vujacic, Trevor Ariza. Here's the trap, and right away they've got to use a timeout, and Jordan Farmar is the fifth. So the surprise element of it all caught the Raptors.
And I don't know how they surprised them when they came out. The Lakers were man-to-man with everybody all court. But that's the way it happens sometimes. A couple of times you'll find it's Kobe having the ball. Players, he draws a lot of crowd. This time, freeze it. Jamario Moon is the third guy trying to help on Kobe. He shouldn't be there because he leaves Radmanovic, and Radmanovic is open because Jamario Moon was spectating. Wide open look. Kobe comes down again. This time it's a little bit of a screen and go. This time Chris Bosh is late. He should be the guy that goes out, covers up Pau Gasol. He didn't do it in time. Easy hoop. But that's what happens when you have a player like Kobe that draws so much attention. Somebody is going to be open.
Now we are officially underway in the fourth. The Lakers forced a timeout before they ever put it to play. Vukic, and on the deflection, Trevor Ariza kept it away from Chris Bosh. Farmar behind his back for Ariza. He walked with it. He got it caught on his hip.
Yes, he did. He traveled.
It's a good call by Joey Crawford. He definitely got it caught on his hip.
And really didn't even have to try that behind the back play. All he had to do was right about now throw it to him because the defender is completely sideways. There's no way he's going to be able to react and get over to Trevor Ariza.
The turnover for the Lakers is their 10th of the game, one more than they had in the last one. Bosh forced into a fall away, doesn't get the roll. Andrew Bynum has been a real pain in the neck for Chris Bosh. 4 of 13 for the field. A guy that had 30 in the last game and 30 or more in 4 of his last 6. Now Bynum trying to back him down, and Andrew Bynum denied that time by Chris Bosh. Good hands of Bosh, kept it in Toronto's possession. Parker and Lamar meets him at the top. Must have gotten him down below because the foul is going to send Parker to the free throw line for a couple.
Lamar just walked away, didn't say anything, as Lamar seemingly had a good block there, but all you have to do is get a piece of the arm or a piece of the body, and it's technically going to be a foul. And that'll send Parker to the line to shoot 2.
Anthony Parker with 19 tonight on 6 of 10 shooting. He's a big reason they're 10 of 19 from beyond the arc.
Seems like they have more than 10 threes tonight. Seemingly have made the way it just looked, at least.
And they're only
12
shooting,
to 14 of them.
They're only shooting 73% of the line as a group this year. They're number 1 to the NBA at 83% as a team. They're 16 of 22. Now Lamar banging with Graham, and it's going to be a foul on Lamar Odom. He was fronted. He wasn't happy with the last series. Get over it. Move on. And he took it out on Graham. Easy call. So turnover for the Lakers with 10:43 to play. And only an 8-point lead for the Lakers as Anthony Parker gets a blow and he heads over to the bench.
And what Phil would like to do, obviously, is ideally not put his starter, some of his guys back in the game, but at least be able to wait until the 7-minute mark or so.
Mismatch inside. Vukic on the run. So Roko Vukic with a little runner.
I like that shot of his.
Yep.
See that?
Yep. Soft touch.
That was nice.
Soft touch. And he originally wanted to go because Sasha was fronting Chris Bosh on a mismatch. That's where he was headed. Hold. That time on Graham. Trying to get the post entry into Lamar. Tough angle to begin with, but he couldn't get close to that because of the hold.
Especially when Lamar gets you right up under the basket and seals you like that. You're almost forced to have to hold.
from a 15-point lead for the Lakers late in the third. Now at the outset of the fourth, it is only 6. Anybody's game. Not an easy catch, but Andrew Bynum made it look easy. Now Andrew, triple team, is held by Jamario Moon. So Moon's got 4. That is also the second team foul over the first 2 minutes of the fourth on Toronto.
Well, they're saying that Jamario, when he came over to double team, that he reached out and hit Andrew upside the head, just obviously accidentally. It's a foul nonetheless.
Sasha, quick first step, and Sasha going hard to the hole. Don't see that, but it's nice to see him add something like that.
And it's there a lot because he's a catch-shoot guy. That's the scouting report. So he always has a defender rushing at him.
Graham. And you want him to shoot. On the deflection, Sasha gets it back to the Lakers. It was off Ariza. Well, let's see if the second unit can put together a spurt. And there's Graham again. See, he took a shot from Lamar, and now he's retaliated twice, and he's cost his team because he's picked up 2 quick fouls.
Well, he was on that one, though. He was late getting to Lamar on the box, and Lamar had great position, and he just tried to, body him off that spot. You want to try to make the offensive guy go to a different spot.
Entry off target for Andrew Bynum, and another turnover for the Lakers. Lakers right now, before this possession, Lukic had to go off his leg. They were a -3 in points off mistakes, but we'll take it right back there as they get to stop.
If I was officiating, I'd wear earplugs. Honestly, something to drown out the complaints from the players.
Farmar step back. And last touch by Moon, because Ariza was flying into the scene, wasn't he? Bynum had already been there. But nobody put a body again on Trevor Ariza.
And that's Trevor's game there, boy. Weak side rebounding.
Sasha had Ariza. Finally gets him. Up against Moon. Good footwork. Trevor Ariza, the jump hook.
Just a little change of direction. Little head and shoulder fake one way, come back, put it in.
Coming off 15, Ariza into double figures for the second consecutive game, as Trev has 10. Sasha making life difficult for Capono. Not a bad idea. Now shot clock down on Ukic. No other option for Ukic. And the long rebound. Ariza tracks it. He's got a feel for things. He reads it well.
He's got basketball radar.
Yeah, he reads it well. Both ends. Back door. Nobody. Andrew Bynum slams her home. Sasha's on.
Well, they're double teaming Lamar on the box with Chris Bosh. Nobody went over to get Andrew.
96-84. So 6 straight for the Lakers after it got down to 6. Graham reverses it home. Yeah, the smaller man, so they read that mismatch and got it in up against Farmar. 10-point Lakers lead at 96-86. Ton of time left. Ariza popping up from Odom and Trevor Ariza. The first thought, a decisive one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care what level you're playing. When you shoot the ball as the first resort, you're going to have better results.
He's got a dozen. Quick entry into Graham. Spins out to Bynum. So Graham got the shot he wanted. Lamar trying to get the position on Graham.
Sasha gave up on it a little too soon that time. Lamar had good position.
Andrew Bynum. Andrew does it anyway, despite the blocking foul. He'll go to the line. Boy, wasn't distracted on that slam, was he?
I'll tell you something. That is special. That was real special. Andrew Bynum just takes the lob. The guy's under him. And I think that's what upset Andrew the most. Catch it while you're in the air, finish it, come down and have a little something to say, Andrew. I like it. Shoot. You talk about playing long. He plays long. That got the crowd off their feet.
So the three-point play is converted by Andrew Bynum, and the Lakers match their largest lead of the game, 101-86. And remember, only one starter on the floor once again. Andrew Bynum, the rest from the bench. Balance, the depth. Season high 30 assists for the Lakers as well. Capono, too strong, kept it alive. Jason Capono. So Capono on the tap, 13-point game. And Capono off the bench with 11. Lamar had 1 3.
Thought he made that one.
It was short.
It was straight but short.
Bargnani catch and shoot guy. And nobody took care of Parker. Nobody put a body on him. A break out to Lamar Odom. Leaves it off. Ariza on the slam. Lamar Odom on the assist. And they love it in downtown LA right now.
I'll tell you somebody in downtown LA that doesn't like it. Sam Mitchell, he's looking around like, what are we doing? Missing shots and they're running the floor and it's like showtime as they get the ball to Lamar, and Lamar says, here, Trevor, what can you do with this one? Outlet pass, important, Andrew. Nice pass. Nice finish.
Ball brought to you by Nissan. See your Southern California Nissan dealer today for great deals.
Still 6:40 to go here in the fourth. The Lakers up by their biggest margin, 15. They've been up by 15 before. You know, this is something that bears repeating. We talked about it earlier, the fact that the Lakers were passing the ball so effectively. But you just can't emphasize that facet of the game enough. When you're sharing the ball, when you're giving it up, you're getting easy hoops. The players love it, the fans love it, and the coaches love it.
Well, it looked like at the start of the game, Stu, we'd see a record set tonight. Kobe Bryant becoming the youngest to get to 22,000, eclipsing the previous mark set by Will Chamberlain. Parker's been hot from the short corner three, that time strong. And Ariza will clear it out with Farmar. Farmar sees the crease, blast pass, Calderon, Jordan Farmar. Nice read, biggest lead of the night for the Lakers.
Well, I know he heard him go by, sure didn't see it. Man, that was a blur.
7 points for Farmar with a couple of assists. Calderon had to really arc it up there. Andrew Bynum changes another shot.
And they're better than blocks because most change shots end up in defensive rebounds. Most block shots go back to the offensive team.
Sasha gets the miss and sets up Andrew Bynum. Boy, it's contagious, isn't it? He had the easy one in the middle of the paint if he wanted it. So Andrew Bynum with 18 points, 10 boards, identical numbers to the last game for Andrew. And Andrew Bynum's got the foul on the up by Bargnani, but a pretty setup by Jason Capono.
Yeah, good bounce pass, good head fake by Bargnani, and a good foul by Andrew, because once you're out of position, make sure the man can't get a three-point play.
So the Lakers up by 19. Bargnani, who was off to a real good start tonight. The Nets, I talked about that, they were down by double figures. They came back, won at 117, 109. 40-plus points for Devin Harris. Didn't like that deal last year when it was made. Still don't like it, the Jason Kidd Harris deal. How about the Blazers blasting the Pistons 96-85? How about LaMarcus Aldridge in that game? He had, I believe it was, what, 27? Look at the numbers. Rockets losing at Denver after they won easily at home last night over San Antonio.
Well, Andrew Bynum goes out of the game to a nice ovation as Josh Powell checks in. And as I talked about, ideally, that Phil Jackson would not have to put some of his starters back in. But it looks like he's going to be able to rest them for the duration.
So getting to 22,000 points for Kobe, it'll have to wait for the road trip. Josh Powell in for the first time, and on the deflection, Humphries gathers it, didn't know where it was. Parker didn't see a double coming. Humphries will get it inside, blow the dunk. And we take it away for the Lakers. So 5+ to play. Lakers on their way to their 7th consecutive victory. Sasha. Machine has it spin out, but there's Ariza. And out of bounds to the baseline. Not a lack of effort, though.
Non-stop motion is Trevor Ariza. I mean, the guy is everywhere.
27. I mentioned Aldridge, a big game. You want Tyrese Thomas? I'll take LaMarcus Aldridge. Portland 96, Detroit 85 at Detroit and Portland. Tied for the division lead with Denver at 12-6. Denver won 104-94 as we just saw. Chicago figured Philly out. Philadelphia's now 7-10 with all that talent. Chicago won there today, 103-92. Long miss. Farmar kept it away from Humphries. They've got Will Solomon in the game for the first time. And off the mark, Powell may have been held, but
well, they're
going to let him go.
His base was too wide. He had his feet so far apart that he really couldn't move to get the ball and at the same time keep the defender on his hip. Thus, the ball just continued out of bounds.
Vukic had a pass, gave it up. Now Humphries loses it. And Ariza and Odom. Tightrope on the baseline.
Tightrope.
What a balancing act by these guys. Backdoor Ariza. Just barely behind him. Humphries never saw it. So the Lakers still by 17. Will Solomon with the wide open shot. And Josh Powell and Lamar Odom had it knocked away, but it was last touched by Joey Graham.
Well, Phil Jackson up taking the timeout. We got one coming. We might as well take it down. There's still 4 minutes to play in the game, and the Lakers, well, they're up by 17.
17, and you know, Lakers owner Dr. Buss has to be pleased with his team start and the way they're playing tonight, but he is not ready to make reservations for a trip to Boston. Dr. Buss said recently that you will not know how good the Lakers are until they go on a couple of East Coast road trips and play teams such as Cleveland, Orlando, and Detroit. Now, the Lakers hit the road for 3 East Coast teams starting Tuesday, but that real test is likely going to come right before Christmas when they have that 4-game stretch that includes Miami, Orlando, Memphis, and then New Orleans. I think Dr. Buss also spoke for all of us when he said he's really looking forward to that Christmas Day game against the Celtics.
All right, Patrick, there's no question. It's a good team and has the potential to be a great team. Just don't know how good they are yet. And they're also a much deeper team. We do know that much.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, you have to get the road as a gauge, because when you play 10 out of your first 15 at home, it's nice to win them, obviously, but you just have to get more games under your belt, especially more road games.
Yeah, and they took advantage of it. Give them credit for that. They capitalized, taking 9 of the 10 here at home with a win tonight over the Toronto Raptors. Will Solomon out there on the floor, along with Hassan Adams, a former Arizona Wildcat who's just checked into the game. So both teams going exclusively with reserves now. And the shot clock violation. Solomon should have got up with it. But back to the thought, the perfect illustration of not taking advantage of 9 home games, going 4-5 like Phoenix. Because 9 of their first 18 on their home floor, and they're 11-7.
You know, we say take advantage. I mean, obviously everyone's trying to win every game. I mean, but that just shows you what this NBA can do to you. Just because you're playing at home isn't a given.
Sasha hit on his way. And a couple of free throws coming up for Sasha Vujacic. So 17-point Laker lead. And while the Lakers will head out on the road at 14-1, Phoenix is second in the division now at 11-7 for the Boston. The good story is the Northwest Division, Chauncey Billups. Denver's 10-3 with Chauncey Billups as Lamar Odom sits down. And Lamar put it together tonight with 6 assists and 10 boards. I hope the Lakers, more than anything else, take with them on this road trip, Stu, what they did tonight on the post entry and the touches for Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol. Points in the paint right before that last time out, 58-28 Lakers, and second chance points, 30-8. That's dominating inside.
They did a good job against the Raptors, but their next foe will be the Indiana Pacers. Offer a little something different. So let's see what the Lakers do about attacking.
Vukic will track down the miss. So the final 2:45 of play. They're asking Vukic to take it. Solomon will. And DJ Benga couldn't corral it, but it'll be given away. And Farmer had it deflected. He wanted Luke Walton on the break.
Little ragged.
Just a little. Luke Walton gets the miss. Just get out of here healthy, guys. It'll be Sasha in the corner for 3 with 2:15 left. So an 18-point Laker lead. And Sasha picks him clean from behind. Can't lead Josh Powell. Too many turnovers for the Lakers.
A little ragged.
Yeah, I don't care how many you're up by. Staff doesn't want you to give it away. I'm talking about as DJ Benga gets the block on Hassan Adams. Luke Walton in the pull-up game. In rhythm. Good to see. 20-point Laker lead. And they're staying around for tacos, of course. Those Jack-in-the-Box tacos. So they're ready to celebrate and explode here. The crowd that's still remaining at Staples Center. By the way, Indiana right now is 4 under 500, 6-10, but they're 500 at home at 4-4. Luke Walton will take the miss. So now they're really getting worked up over tacos. As soon as I say that.
But there's a case where you left your feet to pass, and the pass was taken away, so Luke had to get rid of it, tried to throw it across court, and it was picked off. It's just the little things, the fundamentals that just keep raising their head and biting you.
And the Lakers had a real clean first half. Lakers only got 5 turnovers in the first half, so a lot of this has been late in the game when it's already over, but still 18 giveaways, 18 turnovers.
The crowd's chanting, run the clock, because they want those tacos.
Josh Powell, his face-up game is always good.
Well, he's got a nice touch.
Yep.
Real nice touch.
112-92.
Again, emphasizing the depth of this Laker team. Josh Powell can't get on the court.
No, and he could play for a lot of teams. He'd be in the first 7 or 8 for a lot of teams, like he was last year for the Clippers. Joey Graham gets the loose ball with a minute to play. And the Lakers 112-94. The Lakers are undefeated on the road as they get ready for the three-game journey. A back-to-back and a bad pass by Farmar.
Man, I mean, in the last 3 minutes, the Lakers have had way too many careless turnovers.
Fans are excited about the fact Humphries doesn't have the opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, they're 6 points away from the mark, or 5 points away, because if they get the 6, then the tacos go out the window. 2 free throws coming to Humphries here, and from the Lakers with 40 seconds left. Run your offense. Don't be coming down throwing up quick shots. Not because of the taco thing. Don't get me wrong. It's just that you just want to cut down your turnovers, and the coaching staff, they want to see you run your offense. They don't want to see you throw the ball about the building.
Difference in the game tonight, though, for the Lakers, and we talked about how good Calderon was for them, for the Raptors, but Bosh didn't play his usual game, and give Andrew Bynum some credit on that. He only had 12 points, averaging better than 30 over the last 4. 25 a game as Bengals shows some touch there. For the final 25 seconds. But they did a great job on Chris Bosh. Ukic for 3. 18.7. They can't turn it over. Get it across the line, and you got your tacos.
All they have to do is get it across the line and hatch it. No shots.
Raptors trying to get the ball back, though. That was close to hitting the line into the backcourt. That could have been a turnover. So they've got their tacos. The Lakers have another win, their 7th consecutive, and hit the road the way they want to. And in a good frame of mind with the way they got the ball in the paint, did things downstairs.
Well, again, good way to go out on the road. After a win, obviously, you didn't have to play massive minutes. And now you set out for a 3-game road trip.
Yeah, Kobe played 30, Pau Gasol 30, and how about 34 assists on 47 makes as the Lakers cruise to a 112-99 win and raise their record to 14-1 as we head downstairs to Patrick O'Neal. Patrick?
All right, thanks a lot. Well, you got the win, and you held them under 100 points. I think that made the crowd happy.
No, it did. Every time we do it, this place goes a little nuts.
14-1, Kobe. This was a lot of fun. If you don't like this game, this style of basketball, then you just, I don't know, you shouldn't be watched.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is what makes the game fun. Everybody moves the ball, plays well together, and makes for an exciting game.
Kobe, we counted 34 assists, so everybody's real generous right after Thanksgiving, but this is a real good passing basketball team.
No, we are. We have a lot of playmakers, guys that can read the defense and put the ball on the floor and create opportunities for others, and it's important that we use that.
And the depth, again, I mean, you're getting some outstanding play. Jordan Farmar, and you saw the slam dunks that your big man was getting in Andrew Bynum. A lot of fun to watch.
There's a lot of fun. Our second unit is very dynamic, and they do a great job getting in transition, creating turnover opportunities, and it's one of our major strengths.
And Kobe, front-loaded on the home court to start this season. Real tests will be on the road. You got a 3-game trip right now, but you'll really see what this team is made of once you get away from Staples Center.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's fun to be on the road. We enjoy that. We enjoy the challenge of everybody expecting us to lose and wanting us to lose, and we're looking forward to getting out there.
And 14-1 feels good?
Yeah, it feels great.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
All right, there's Kobe Bryant doing it again, and the Lakers, they just seem to win almost every time out. 14-1. We got a great show for you coming up right here on Lakers Live with Phil McDonald, Rick Fox, and Norm Nixon. It is the season to give, and what a November to remember. Of course, we have Phil Jackson and interviews coming up for you right here on Lakers Live, brought to you by your Southern California Hyundai dealer. Stay right there.